Now, the most accurate weather forecast in South Texas with meteorologist Juan Acuna.
Welcome back, everyone. A very good Sunday afternoon to you. You can continue to see our haze. This is our live one shoreline camera looking off to the northwest, and not a pretty picture, even though it's a nice weekend, especially to be out and about. All that haze just really not making it quite comfortable out there. And of course, the heat doesn't really help either. But the winds also picked up today as we look at some of the peak wind gusts across the region. It did get to 30 miles an hour out at the Naval Air Station, and a couple of 28s from Corpus all the way up into Portland as well. 26 miles an hour out in Ingleside. But our inland regions, not so bad, but except the Kingsville region, they picked up 32 miles an hour with 24 from Beeville down to Orange Grove and Robstown as well, with south-southeasterly winds continuing 15 to 25 miles an hour. They're still gusting at this point out in Kingsville at 32 miles an hour. That's the recent reading there from just after 5 o'clock, 25 miles an hour here in Corpus Christi as well. So they will begin to relax a little bit as we go to tonight. That will allow for some inland fog to once again form for the inland communities, but near the coastline, staying about 10 to 15 miles an hour should keep most of the fog away before it burns off as we get sunrise going. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be another fairly breezy afternoon here with sustained winds 10 to 20 miles an hour before calming down again early Tuesday morning, and then on into Tuesday afternoon. You picked it up again. South-southeasterly winds will stay with us not only for Tuesday but on into the pretty much end of the week as well, as a high pressure off in the Gulf is going to help our southeasterly winds stay in place. Our water temperature has really warmed up. 87 degrees out at the Packery Channel, from 88 in Rockport, 88 in Port Aransas, but look at George West holding on to 97 degrees, even Falfurrias checking in at 98, and the heat indices are pretty brutal out there. It's 106 out at the Naval Air Station. Corpus, we got to 108 earlier this afternoon and holding on to 104 degrees right now. 105 in Kingsville, and very similar readings all throughout our inland communities as well. Our evening forecast, if you have plans for tonight, it's going to be mostly clear out there, but it's going to be warm as well, as temperatures drop into the lower 80s with south-southeasterly winds going from near 20 miles an hour down to about 10 to 15 miles an hour later on this evening. And as we look at the weather pattern right now, again, there's a whole lot of sunshine. There's a whole lot of haze to go around as well with that Saharan dust. And off to the west of us, plenty of troughs going on with the monsoonal rains out there. And we have some rains that are occurring along the southeastern half of the United States as well. Plenty of tropical moisture for those folks. And there's that high pressure that's off in the Gulf of Mexico. This frontal boundary has a little punch to it, but it's not going to be making its way here into the state of Texas. It's more going to be pushing off to the southeast and continue to bring chances of rain for those folks that are out in the southeast as well. Subtropical storm Beryl is still out in the Atlantic, not a threat to any part of the U.S. mainland, pushing up to the northeast, and will eventually play a part in the weather out in Newfoundland, I should say. But again, high pressure up to the north, not really doing a whole lot there. Back here at home, we have the upper levels that are in control right now, but again, plenty of high pressure that's in place. That's going to keep us very warm and dry. Much of the central plains into the 90s and triple digits. Again, we're holding on to 89 degrees right now, but going on into Monday and Tuesday, high pressure remains in place. It's going to be hazy, hot, humid, and breezy as well. And then as we go on into Wednesday and Thursday, the high pressure doesn't move a whole lot, and much of the same is going to be staying with us as we go off into the end of the week, with all the rainfall staying off into the southeastern half of the United States. So for tomorrow, highs in the lower 90s, remaining hazy out there. Heat indices close to 110 with south-southeasterly winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Take it easy out there. Upper 80s to lower 90s along the coast, and inland regions pushing 100 degrees once again. Our NEC Co-op Energy 7-day forecast: 78, 93 tomorrow, 77 and 96 on Tuesday, and above normal temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on into the weekend as well. It's going to be breezy, hazy, and scorching hot out there, Lee.